Instagram too.
Doing Instagram. Let's see. Well, let's see. It looks like we're live on YouTube. Instagram, it says we're not connected. I can't tell if that's accurate or not because I specifically set up the stream key there. But what the fuck? Don't. Oh yeah. Oh, I just need to hit this button.
Keep.
And we are
Off and running, I think, maybe.
let's see. God damn this fucking nonsense.
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Goddamn. And we are trying to go live on Instagram.
It says streaming.
That says streaming.
No, the other one says streaming. Not YouTube, though.
This is what we're trying to get to.
Alright.
Say streaming.
Okay, I thought. Alright. For anybody watching, we're having some internal beefage today.
Oh, okay. Now it's connected.
Alright, guys.
We're live on Instagram. Looks like the audio's good. No way to track but I don't care.
Last time I think the caller audio was much louder than our audio.
Well,
It doesn't really, I'm just saying.
yeah, no, I haven't gone back. That is a problem, but it's also for us to hear because things are so much quieter for us.
Yeah.
And also, what the fuck are you doing with the mic?
What do you care? I can't do this.
I'm just asking a question.
He's been doing that a lot today, guys. He's just asking me questions that seem like there's something else implied behind it. But
I mean, there's something else implied is you look crazy doing that with the mic.
How? Because it's like
shocking.
a dick? It's like penis?
I was not thinking that at all. I was just thinking.
No, I was just, it's funny because I like leaning back, so I like to hold it.
It's a crazy way to be.
It's just fun.
I've suggested multiple times, like if you want to do that, use the mic arm.
No, I don't want to do that because I want to be able to move it around how I want to move it. But it's fine.
Well,
No one cares.
I care.
Why?
Because you moving the mic around might be difficult for audio because
It's not, because I keep my mouth to it at the same time.
How are you if you're moving the mic but not your mouth? Then how?
This guy.
No, it's a logical
Because
question.
what about you? Are you always sitting in the same posture?
I try to be.
You don't move around?
I try not to.
I thought you had ADHD, you fake.
I do have ADHD, but I try to control it in ways that aren't the position of me and the mic. I'm saying that's...
But I listened to the podcast, the previous ones, there was no issue with my volume.
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway,
Keep talking.
I'm distracted by the...
Keep talking.
I'll close my eyes. And I go there, I read there, I sit where the computers are there, and other people use computers. People come there and do all kinds of things, like apply for jobs.
Okay, you're taking too long, and we have a caller already.
Then we'll get to my story later. Fine.
I'm saying,
you said keep talking. I kept talking.
Yes,
right.
That's fine.
Mixed directions. All right.
I know. You've done
all right.
Hello, mate.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who is this?
Hello. I'm Richard Espolia. I'm calling on behalf of an anonymous Philadelphia comedian. Do you accept this call?
Yes.
Yes. There's no charges that come with this call because I'm broke.
No, the comedian has paid me.
Okay.
The question that was submitted to me was if it is okay for a comedian or not to say the word wigger on stage.
What? Why? Wait. Why are you asking me this specifically?
How do you assume that he's
I
asking
do.
you? You could be asking me.
Because I've said it before on stage.
Okay.
I assume you know it.
I do not. I received my instructions. I received the email. I received phone number and time to call.
Okay.
I don't know. It's
can I ask
a
you,
person that makes wigs.
I see. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to say even the other version of it too.
What's the other version?
No, the same word, but it means something else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A wigger, like a white guy who quote unquote acts black, so to speak. Whatever that means to particular individuals.
So you would say like rigor with the hard R versus with the soft A?
No, either way is fine. I'm just saying it's not the same thing as saying the N word. It's that's like saying you can't say trigger on stage talking about a gun. Just because it sounds similar doesn't mean.
I don't think it's the same.
No, you're right. It's not, but still.
Because some people consider wigger an offensive word.
Wiggers do?
Some people. I'm not here to say who does and doesn't.
I've been called the wigger plenty of times, and I don't mind it. I take it as a badge of honor.
Okay.
So, I don't know if it's offensive. You have to. I mean, so this is an interesting question because who is it offensive to? Black people because it's too similar to the N word, or to actual wiggers? Who would it be offensive to? Well, you're black. I'm a wigger, so let's answer on behalf.
So you don't find it offensive?
No, I like it.
Well, I don't really have a line of offensive word versus non-offensive.
Do you really not?
I try to let any word slide.
So how do you feel about a white person saying the N word with an A?
And would you ask how I feel about them saying it with an A versus with a hard R?
Because obviously with a hard R, if that's racist, but with an A, if they say it in the term of endearment.
I feel like a white person could say it non-racistly.
No, I know you could quote it in stuff, but I'm saying if you call somebody that, obviously that's racist.
I wouldn't appreciate you doing it right
I'm not
now
gonna do it.
me.
I'm not gonna do it. It's a fucking question.
That's fine. This is my answer to the question. Is I wouldn't appreciate you doing it right next to me, but in general, I don't really have hard rules about it.
You wouldn't appreciate if someone did it right next to you with the R or with the A?
I wouldn't appreciate you during the recording of this podcast doing it.
I'm not. Wait, is that anonymous caller still there?
Yes, I'm on the line.
Sorry that we're. Do you have anything to say? We've been kind of talking a lot. You called in. What do you have anything to say?
Oh
What country are you from?
nothing. That was. Pardon me.
What country are you from?
I'm from Eastern Pennsylvania.
What country are you from originally? Buddy,
I do not understand
my parents
that.
are from Ukraine. I know what a fucking Eastern European accent sounds like.
Dennis, I have a feeling that this is a fake
Listen,
accent.
I know. I'm just playing around.
look, I believe I'm going to end this call. Thank you, Mr. Manny Muskets. Thank you, Mr. Dennis Vosch. I hope you had a great
bro,
podcast.
That's not even the right fucking guy. I'm Dennis B. That's a different guy. This fucking guy. He hang up. He's gonna call me by the wrong name. At least have some respect. No, I mean I love Dennis Vosch, but that's just not me. Like, why are you gonna get your Dennis's straight?
Alright. So
No one's fucking on Instagram. Why?
why are you clicking on the Instagram? I control the mouse.
Because, are you serious?
Yes.
I'm allowed to click on things.
No.
Are you serious?
Yes. I don't,
What?
Yes. I'm serious.
That is not fair.
Too bad.
Why can't I click on stuff?
Because I'm trying to run the show in a certain way. I don't appreciate you clicking on
Here's the thing. We never established this rule before.
That's fine. I felt like it was implied.
Well, you always get mad at me for things that we never established, and I'm supposed to just know it somehow.
I'm not saying. I'm telling you. I may not be telling you in the gentlest of ways, but I'm letting you know. I'm giving you.
Well, why can't I? All right, fine.
I don't want to explain why you can or can't. Well, because I find the Instagram specifically distracting to you, especially. I feel like it makes for bad podcasting. I have said it before multiple times to you, and then I hear that you're checking the Instagram and we're supposed to be checking if there's any calls.
Oh Lord, I checked it for 2 seconds. Fine, whatever.
Well, that's 2 seconds too long.
This guy's a
It
dictator.
actively distracted you.
Right,
okay, fine. I'm a dictator. I'll deal with that. I don't give a fuck.
I know. That's what dictators say. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. I wanted to get back to your
anyway,
story
what I
with
helped
the library.
Yeah, the library. So to cut to the point, I go to the library, and there was a guy there he was like in his 50s, and he was having trouble with filling out some forms and stuff for his job at Dollar General. He didn't really know how to use computers. And then I helped him with that, and it would have taken him so much longer. I clicked through everything, I filled it all out for him, did a bunch of fraud, everything is okay. But, then there's another lady who also needed my help registering for something online, medical marijuana. I helped her, and I helped her with her photos on her Google. And naturally, both of these people were black. That's why I helped them. Because that's me doing my part to show that not all white people are racist, that I'm trying to help. If it was a couple of white people that asked me for help, I would have been like, shoo, get away from me, fucking honkies, figure it out yourselves, But because they were, so-called people of color, specifically black people, which is the best people of color, I helped them, and I was glad, and I did my part, and that was my good act, and I was so happy that I helped, under, marginalized so-called community. And, yeah.
So you did this to prove that not all white people are racist?
Yeah, and me specifically, yeah.
You did this to prove that you're better than other white people?
Yeah, I do a lot of things like that in my life.
Okay, so how would you describe being racist?
Well, there's many ways a person can be racist.
Yeah, there's many ways a person can be.
All right,
racist.
the basic definition.
General definition.
Believe that one race is inferior to the other one.
So basically, if you have a hierarchy of the races,
and if you if you treat people of a different race, in a certain manner just because of their race without getting to know them as individuals.
I am watching you have awful mind control right now. I'm so, just as something that's personally distracting.
But because I'm not racist, I won't make a big deal out of it.
Okay, but so
anyway, is if you treat if you view the hierarchy, but also
having a hierarchy of the races and treating people differently based on that hierarchy that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, and in telling this story, you let it slip that black people are the best of the persons of color. That sounds like a hierarchy to me.
I was being facetious. I like Mexicans too. No, I mean they're not the best. Obviously, you can't say who's the best. They're my favorite. That doesn't mean they're the best. We're all allowed to have personal favorites. That doesn't. If I make an objective statement, that's racist. If I say my favorite, that's just my favorite. I guess that is racist though. Listen.
You also told me that you would not have done it had it been white people.
You want me to,
that's behaving differently based on their race.
I'm obviously halfway joking, but the part of me that's not joking is that I do want the approval of middle-aged black people in general. Like one time.
Wait, why specifically middle-aged black people?
Because they're from the '90s, and that's like my favorite era of hip hop, and that's most of like the slang I know is from the '90s. So in my mind, the '90s is like the coolest black people are from the '90s. So.
Like born in the '90s, were teenagers?
No. They were born.
Because I'm a '90s kid.
Yeah, no. I don't mean people I guess who were born in the '70s and early '80s. So they're now like in their 40s and 50s. Who were like in their teens or 20s in the '90s.
I have an honest question right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you do this podcast with me if I was not black?
Yeah, but it definitely helps that you are. But I would anyway. I appreciate the opportunity, and I like getting my voice out there. But it does help that you are.
I appreciate that answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how this is going to. That's fine. I don't know how this is going to work, but I do want to.
Oh, my Facebook.
Yes, that is.
You might have to have me log in, which might violate my no touching computer rule.
Well, that's we'll see if we can avoid that. If
Yeah, that's a fucking guy.
If
Let
not,
it be known it's my. Let it be known it's my computer, by the way.
If not, I'll write you a waiver as an exception.
You know, they said, you know, what's it called? Oh, you gotta get in with your. That's no incorrect. Is that your real email?
I would know my email.
No, yeah, but you can't see anything, so I thought you typed in the wrong thing because you couldn't see. Is it EOO?
Please don't read my email out loud.
Fine.
Please,
It's not your password. Fine.
Still,
Fine.
it's my personal information. Please
Fine.
don't do that.
Fine.
I'm saying it's the correct email.
All right,
Okay,
fine.
I'm logging into my shit.
Fine.
I know my email.
This guy, he can't see.
Yes,
Right.
I'm very blind. People have trouble comprehending how bad my vision
No,
is.
see, me, I do comprehend. That's why I go out of my way to help. And it's not appreciated.
Okay, that's fine. I don't appreciate much.
Oh, well, I can tell.
Well, get used to it.
Alright.
Alright.
You have 7. Is that too personal to say you have 7 unread messages?
No.
Okay. I'm kind of jealous. I only have like 2 or 3.
Most of those are random groups that I'm in.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm less jealous. That's good.
Okay, but yeah, alright. So, I forgot that I have the dark mode. This might be
It's alright.
for... Alright, here's the last post. So, the problem right now...
You want to start with the one where I talk about, where the one I posted...
I'm gonna go in chronological order.
Starting when, though? 'Cause I
And
don't
I'm gonna start from right after last week. So, this is you post... Right now, the audience can't see this.
Yeah, this is me posting
But this
illegally. I wasn't allowed to post this. I didn't know.
I didn't say that you weren't allowed to post it. I did say that I plan on doing more edits.
I know. I didn't know. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
that's fine.
You seem mad at me though.
I told you I wasn't mad specifically then. I was just.
Alright, you seem mad, but it's okay.
That's fine. So, but that's the post from right after we recorded the last podcast.
Well, the next day, but yeah.
Okay, it's the most recent post from when we recorded.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm gonna start chronologically.
Please, do you want to share this or?
I'm.
No, I was just
trying to-
asking. I didn't know if you wanted to. Okay.
You're allowed to ask. I'm answering.
Fine. I feel like everything today you've been saying, it feels like you're attacking me, and I gotta defend myself. Somehow.
Okay, I'm in a bad mood.
That's why I
today
feel
for multiple
defensive.
Reasons.
All right.
That, just know it has nothing to do with you.
Fine,
I
but I'm
think
also
it's feminine for you.
not feminine,
so
but I
much.
also, you know, I'm gonna defend myself if I feel I need to.
That's fine. Okay, so people can see this post. Let's double check if we can still see possible callers. Okay, we can see callers. People can see what's on the screen. This is live.
This is cool. Now we can see the desk. I like that.
Yeah, I went through a lot of effort to set this.
To see the desk? That was a coincidence.
No, no one can see the.
I like seeing the desk.
I thought you meant the desktop with all.
No,
the
I
personal
just like
stuff
seeing
on
the
it.
physical desk on
Okay.
camera. It looks professional.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gonna read them or?
I would, but I can't read.
Tomorrow's my anniversary, by the way. All right.
Happy anniversary.
No, it popped up when you
Congrats.
hovered my name. Yeah, I am. Congrats, because I'm fucking married. I'm like a lot of you people.
Okay.
But
well, please
read
read
it?
this to me.
Sure.
Yes.
I might need a Hall's cough drop after this. This is a long one. All right. I love comedy and humor and making people laugh, but it gets tiring being around all this degenerate behavior, for lack of a better word. LOL.
You looked at me when you said degenerate.
Some places more than others, of course, but I'm tired of being around all the smoking. No, okay, he can smoke. I'm tired of being around all the smoking, excessive drinking, and just people being generally dysfunctional in their lives and glorifying it or acting like it doesn't matter. Why can't you be funny and also a decent person with morals and values? This doesn't apply to everyone, probably not even a majority. People don't realize I wrote that, but probably not. They do, but anyway, probably not even a majority, to be honest, but enough to where it's annoying. And I don't want to have to shout to be heard. True. I'm naturally a pretty loud person, as you could tell. Anyway, if I'm in the mood, I'm naturally a pretty loud person anyway if I'm in the mood, but if I'm not in the mood, I don't want to have to match a group of people's level of boisterous energy to have a conversation, especially if it's a bunch of braggadocious bullshitting that I don't relate to anyway. I don't want to feel pressured to make everything that comes out of my mouth a zinger. Sometimes I just want to have a normal, relaxed conversation where neither person is trying to show off, and I don't like, in general, when there's pressure to display a certain mood in a certain situation, my mood is just whatever it happens to be at the time. I don't know, maybe I'm just grumpy and tired tonight, but yeah, I felt like sharing this with Facebook, LOL.
Okay. My first question is, I'm gonna try and blow this up so I can read because I'm blind. But my first
We're gonna have to put it in Braille.
I can't read.
Blind as a bat.
Yes, I am blind as a bat. My first question.
It's because you eat them, probably. No, you're not Chinese. My bad.
My first question is, what inspired this post? Actually, yeah, I feel like
a lot of things. Oh, we gotta call it. Fuck!
That's
they keep calling it the wrong.
Answer my question, please.
A lot of things at once. Just things I've been seeing. Well, okay, so this actually, I wrote this post immediately.
Hello, hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Hello, is this Mad? The podcast?
Yes, it is. Is this Stephen Kane?
Hi, what are you guys talking about?
My Facebook status yes. About degenerates and being tired of them.
Yes, right now it goes through Dennis's Facebook.
Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. I read the first paragraph. It was good.
Okay.
All right. I usually read the whole
sorry.
Thing. I have better faith in you.
That's fine. Do you have something specific that you want to talk about, or do you just want to stay on the line while we talk about Dennis's Facebook?
Well, I just wanted to ask real quick, who do you think's faster, Sonic or Mario?
I have no opinion on this, but because I don't play video games. But Manny, what do you think?
Obviously Sonic. His whole thing is speed. Mario's a regular Italian. I mean, they think
they're
the best at everything, but they're not faster than a fucking supersonic hedgehog.
Is Sonic black?
If you play like a Mario game, if you hold the A button down, he'll run. You know, if you hold the A button down, he can run pretty fast. I mean, he's pretty fast too.
He is pretty fast. Also,
how do you not have an opinion, Dennis? You know what they are, right? Like you.
I never played video games much. All I really played was Grand Theft Auto and NBA Live, and Need for Speed. I played Grand Theft Auto.
That's because you're always writing such. You're always writing such long statuses. If you shorten the statuses up, you could play more video games.
I never, in all honesty, I never could get into it. It feels like too much work and focus for something that's not even real. That's why I could never get into it. It's hard for me to pay attention on details and focus and stuff. So especially when it's something that even if I do really well, nothing's gonna it's not gonna mean anything ultimately. So kind of to me feels like a little bit pointless.
It means so. If you get a memory card, you can save the game, and so it's like a trophy. When I play a game on like the PlayStation, if I beat the game, I save it on the memory card, and I put it up on my wall. You know, frame it. You know, so people know.
Maybe if I could post videos of me playing a game on Facebook, that would be worth it. Because ultimately, that's what I care about is how much people pay attention to me on Facebook. So
you literally can't do that.
I know. Maybe no. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But
you literally can.
I know. That's the only way. But back when I was a kid, that wasn't a thing. So I never really got into it.
I would watch Dennis play Facebook.
I'm not good at video games at all.
Sonic's basically like he's a hedgehog, but he's a hedgehog that wears like sneakers, and because he's got sneakers on, he can run like really fast. Mario is a plumber, but his okay, you know, like the princess gets kidnapped, and he has to run pretty fast to save her.
Yeah.
No, but the game, he runs so fast in the game. I mean, I know like Sonic's known for running. That's just because that's all he can do. Mario, there's so many other things like fly and shoot fireballs that people kind of forget how fast he can run. He's kind of an underrated runner when you really stop to think about it.
Not only that, but he fixes like toilets and sinks and sewage.
Steve, I love you, but this seems to be going nowhere. Dennis doesn't have an opinion on Sonic, which surprises me, but
you thought I played games?
Bullshit.
I mean, there's a lot of people who love Sonic, whether they're gamers or not.
I said, I played.
I thought you might be one of those Sonic heads.
I'm sorry. I played GTA because it's gangster. I played NBA Live because it has a lot of black people. You know, because it's basketball. And I played. It's true. I always felt like NBA was like the sports version of rap.
That's not Sonic. That's not Sonic. It's not even
Which
close
you
to Sonic.
so you
You
prefer
saw a
NBA life
band
over
this week.
NBA Street?
Wait, I can't hear because. Go ahead. Sorry. No, you go
Did
ahead,
you
man.
see? You saw a band called the Suicide Boys.
Yes, I did. They're rap, so it's not music to you, but they take influence
Oh
from other
God,
genres.
rap.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're
Do you
white though,
think
so
that's funny to
that
have
might mean
a?
to you.
I think it's funny to have a name like the Suicide Boys. I mean, that seems pretty insensitive to me.
Well, they themselves were suicidal, so they're allowed to. It's like when black people can say the N word, you know.
Oh, okay. I just thought that you guys were just laughing at boys that commit suicide, which is
Nah, nah,
kind of
no. It's
mean.
they don't have suicide girls, right? That's a modeling thingy.
Well, the Dixie Chicks changed their name to the Dixies, so maybe they could just change their name to the Boys, and take the suicide part out. Because they're no longer boys, and they no longer want to commit
And they're
suicide.
no
They
longer
shouldn't really have that
suicidal.
name.
They're no longer suicidal, and they're actually sober now. So yeah, a lot of it doesn't apply to them anymore. Even the stuff they rapped about
Well,
before, because now they're clean and good.
if you didn't commit suicide, I don't know if you should have like suicide in your name. Like you wouldn't call me Suicide Steve unless I killed myself, and you
No,
call
no,
me
no.
Suicide
Or if
Steve
you
like
attempted,
after
or
that.
this motherfucker, he don't shut up. Anyway, it's okay. I want to say something too. But if you attempted it, you can also qualify to have that name because attempted is that still counts.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does. I think
No,
suicide.
If,
If you look at the definition of
these guys they can't write a song. They don't even know how to play music, and they can't
they
commit
do
suicide.
actually
They suck at
because
everything.
no they do because one of their members used to be in hardcore and punk and metal bands, so actually he does. So
So he just decided not to. He decided not to kill himself and not to make real music with real instruments.
yeah, pretty much. There was
Bullshit.
one band on the tour. There was this one like punk, like new wave, pop punk band that played instruments, and what pissed me off is people around me were like, "Boo, you suck!" Fucking ignorant people. You would have been booing all the rappers and cheering for the band. Oh, we got another call. Is there any way we could somehow make two people on talk at once?
I do believe that we can.
Alright. Oh, okay, we got more callers.
Yes.
Staying on the line, Steve. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, it's Manny.
Yeah.
Is this Manny and friends?
Yes, it is.
Yo, Manny, it's Combs, yo. It's B. Combs.
Oh, I know
it's
what this
Combs. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yo, I got a question, bro. Who do you think is gonna be the first on the Philadelphia comedy circuit to put a gun in their mouth, paint the walls?
I did not hear you.
Who do you think in the Philadelphia comedy community is gonna be the first to put a gun in their mouth and paint the walls?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Manny, you go ahead.
I mean, he asked me.
Fucked up.
Who do I think? I could go based on statistics, but that's it.
Oh yeah, who?
Okay.
That's too easy of an answer. I don't want to go there.
You're gonna say a white guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
All right, fine.
I'm not gonna get into like percentages of people who kill themselves.
Manny, I don't need hard numbers. Who gonna do it?
Alright, who's actually gonna do it? And who is suicide?
They all are, but it's all. I mean,
they all are, but like, alright.
I feel bad. I don't even want to talk about it. You talk. I don't want to talk
You
about
don't
it.
want to help me come up.
You don't want to
No,
talk
no,
about
no,
you.
I-
You
I
listen
just-
to a band
I
called
don't do that.
Suicide.
Oh, what's it?
What?
Come on, man. We got Spice the Congo up, man. Let's see
I
who.
don't want to like promote it.
They ain't gonna. They not gonna do nothing to you. They all pussy. They not gonna do nothing. Like.
That's what everybody says until someone does it, and they're like, "How? Whoa, we never thought it would happen." So.
We haven't yet had another caller.
All right, stay. Yeah, your name is Brandon, right?
I think we can have a
Is his
maximum
name
of
Brandon?
5 at a time. Yes, this is Brandon.
No. My name's
himself.
By his last name.
My name's Tavon Rice.
Alright.
Oh, hello. What's up? This is Manny and Dennis versus the rest of the world. This is Dennis.
Huh, this is Holly. I don't like what that guy was saying.
Which guy?
Me?
That guy who was talking about suicide. I don't know. It was just a lot of degenerate behavior.
Oh yeah.
Why can't we have?
That's Thanks for backing me up.
I want to talk about Sonic. You guys didn't want to talk about Sonic, so we had to talk about suicide. Like, pick one or the other.
Right. Exactly. You wouldn't let Steve talk about Sonic. I bring up the question about who's going to kill himself on the Philly comedy circuit. You don't want to talk about that. What kind of podcast is this?
Well, you give your answer then.
I'm curious. Y'all the fucking host. Entertain me.
Yeah,
All right, Manny. I don't know. Go ahead. I'm not saying.
I'm trying to think.
It's not a question that like
Yeah,
people have an answer to off the top of their head.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've never looked at someone that said like, "Oh, this person's probably gonna kill themselves."
I don't want anybody to kill themselves. First of all.
Well, obviously,
We don't want anybody to do anything, but we can be honest about who's
Manny, I
probably
don't know. I
going to
feel
do it.
like he might have wanted it.
But
I will.
Nah, no, that's the easy way out. Don't be Manny. Do who you think gonna do it in the real life. Come on.
How fast do you guys think Sonic could run?
Faster than Mario.
Like 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour?
Mario can run 30 miles an hour. Sonic, I'd give Mach 2. I don't know how fast that is in miles per hour.
No, Mario cannot run. Hold on, time out. Mario cannot run 30 miles an hour. He's a fat Italian.
What? What's going on?
Alright, for who's
Who do you think's more likely to commit suicide, Sonic or Mario?
How about that?
So I would say someone who goes
That was mean.
multiple.
Don't fucking start with me. Don't start with
Someone
me.
who goes on multiple extremely long.
OCD, I panic attacks sometimes. I don't have.
I really appreciate this.
They're funny.
I'm not saying whether they are funny or not. I'm just saying that they get no respect. They're always complaining about how comedy lineups are sexist because they're not getting booked. And obviously, if someone was gonna do it, it would probably be a lady comic. Is that satisfactory to you, Brandon?
All right. Let me follow up question, Manny. Would it be a fat lady comic?
No, come on. I don't want to get into this. I'm not getting into this. I'm sorry. No, I'm not getting into this.
Every lady comic is a fat lady comic.
Could run faster, a man or a woman?
You guys are upsetting my co-host. And I really.
Who do you think could run faster, a man or a woman?
Dennis, real quick, Dennis, if you scared, go to church, bro. It's not for you.
What?
Who do you think could jump higher, Sonic or Mario?
Steven, please wait a second.
Mario can jump higher than Sonic.
Brandon, what were you saying?
I said if you're scared, Dennis, go to church, bro.
Alright.
Brandon supports religion, which is, a morally upstanding thing
I'm
to
not
support.
a religious person, but whatever.
I'm just saying.
But
You're not religious?
No.
You guys know God died for your sins, right?
Of course, Jesus washed himself in blood for us.
Well, not God, his son.
Right, his son. His bastard Christian son.
Right. So none of you want to know what inspired Dennis to write about how the Philly comedy scene is so
Well, pretty much all of them, but yeah.
degenerate?
Nah, that's some lame shit.
Tell us. Set this conversation straight.
I said it's lame.
Oh,
I said lame, Dennis.
Whack? What did you say about it?
Lame.
Why is it lame? You don't even.
I don't know, bro. It doesn't seem that interesting.
Then hang up.
Dennis, I did just randomly remember this since we had that. You said that the Muslims believe that. It seems to be still working.
Right,
If we have people on live, we'll figure it out. It's fine. I don't.
Hey, Manny, I'm out of here, man. Enjoy your Sunday. Go with Christ.
Thank
Good.
you. Christ is king.
No, I'm kidding. Good night. Thanks for
Have a good
calling.
one, Mr. Combs.
Thanks for calling. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thanks for calling.
He's
Are
mean.
you here, Holly, still? Steven, everybody here?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry that fella was interrupting me. I don't know why. I'm not sorry. I mean, never mind. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, Manny, what do you want to say? What do you want to talk about?
So I want to know what inspired this Facebook post.
All right. So what inspired it? Like I said, it's a lot of things at once.
Okay, I want to know what was the straw that broke the
I'll
camel's
tell you what
back.
it was, and you were there for it.
Okay.
You know that, right?
I don't know that. That's what I'm asking about.
Alright, I thought it was like a little smart ass question. Alright, okay, so on Monday.
Okay. Well, my smart ass question, which I commented on this post. Let's.
So
see
you
if we
did
can
know.
find-
That's
No,
not why, but
No. My smart ass. Is this because I asked you what type of titties?
no, it wasn't just. Alright, can I explain myself?
That was,
Please, can I explain myself?
I mean, you said my smart ass question. That is what I wanted. Because I honestly thought that was what it was.
No, that's
I
just.
can explain why I asked you that question.
Can I please explain? I've been trying to explain
you
for
can explain.
40 minutes now.
You should explain.
I mean, I think it speaks for itself, Dennis. You know, like if you're going to engage in unhealthy behavior, you know, that's your business. I empathize where it might stem from, but when you start to glorify it to others, that's, you know, when you start to have a problem.
You know, it's crazy that you think just like I do. It's crazy. You use the same words and everything. It's so, we really think alike. Well, it's because you have a high IQ like me.
She read you using those words and they were already in her head.
That's the joke.
Okay. Thank you. Explaining jokes makes them funnier.
You explained it. Alright. I need a fucking reset.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Finally.
What inspired this?
So on Monday night, I was gonna go to one mic that was earlier, but it got canceled. So then I'm like, all right. So after work, I'm just relaxing, waiting to go to the other mic that was later, which is the John. Good mic overall, but so in that time I was like relaxing, spending time with my dog. I was very peaceful, very wholesome feeling. Then I go to the mic, and it's just such the opposite of that. It was like a shock, and I guess I wasn't in the mood. I probably shouldn't have gone, but it was just like everyone's so fucking loud, and I can't talk to anybody individually. Because everyone's just like fucking, like literally, I did feel like I had to shout to be heard, and I had to do a bunch of fucking bah, 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 bah. I didn't want to do that. I just want to talk to someone.
So
that's one thing.
I was there. I didn't.
You didn't do that.
I was there. I didn't see you try to talk to anyone.
That's because it was no good. Because everyone was so fucking loud that I was gonna be.
So you're complaining about how you have to shout to be heard. I didn't even see you whisper to be heard.
That's because I knew it wouldn't work.
So you're saying it didn't. So you knew it wouldn't work, and you're complaining about it not working, but you didn't even try it to see whether it would work.
Yes, because it shouldn't be something I have to do to begin with.
You don't even know.
Oh, did you try going outside and smoking cigarettes?
What? We were outside.
Did you try going outside and smoking cigarettes?
No, I was outside around other people smoking cigarettes. But
That's
anyway,
not
You just
enough.
need to go outside and smoke cigarettes, Steve.
You can't just stand out there without. You have to have a cigarette.
Yeah, no, you can. You just gotta you change what you gotta change what's considered cool. You know, as far as the mindset and the attitude, and just eliminate the destructive shit.
Perfect. See.
No.
Well, you don't.
Look, you have.
Go ahead, Steve.
You guys are in the 135 IQ range. I'm like 139. So just listen to me. Like, you can go outside and talk without the cigarette, but they will see you're not smoking, and you will not be cool. You will not be accepted.
The people who think like that, fuck them.
But also,
how
do you know that
the good people
think like that? Because it's not like you went out there.
I've been in similar situations.
Okay, but it's not like on that night you went outside. You were like, "Hey guys, I have an interesting topic," and everyone was like, "No, I'm not listening to Dennis. He's not even smoking a cigarette."
Because I heard what they were talking about, and I knew I couldn't contribute to it, so I felt like whatever I might want to talk about is not going to be in line with that, so it wouldn't work.
Okay, but you're complaining about a scenario that you imagined in your head. You're not even complaining about the reality.
I'm complaining.
What I'm talking about, because the reality of the situation
it's a pattern.
The reality of the situation was other people were having a conversation. You opted not to join in,
I never even said about it.
You opted not to join in, and then you imagined how the conversation would have gone if you had joined in.
I mean, technically, yes.
And
but
then
you make
complain about that.
You word it wrong. The way you word it, yes, it's technically true. But
so technically, everything I said is true.
Yeah, but
somehow it's also not true
because it's framed incorrectly. You could say something that happened, but the way you frame it makes a difference.
I'm stating facts. You agree with all the facts. I'm not even laying a conclusion based on those facts. I'm just stating facts, and you're saying, well, those facts lead to an obvious conclusion, but that's wrong.
because, okay, you're leaving out other things, like the fact of my experiences in the past in similar situations. I am a person that recognizes patterns, probably because of my high IQ. So I know, I know similar situations.
So you're such a genius that you can complain about stuff that you make up in your genius mind. The simulations that you run mentally are so next level that you can walk into the outside of an open mic. Your brain does 1,000 calculations, and it says, "This world is corrupt. This world is evil. I need to get on Facebook, and I need to make complaints. I need to let them know."
I mean, yeah, partially. No, I mean, like, that's funny. But listen, no, yeah, I mean, look, Manny, do you recognize patterns in life?
Occasionally.
I recognize them all the time, everywhere I go.
Okay.
So I can't help it if I recognize a pattern and it seems true.
So
Let me frame it like this. You said I didn't try it, so I don't know. But if I heard somebody else, an example of somebody else not doing what I said and getting hurt, okay, how come everybody else feels it? Well, I don't know what they feel.
Did you see any examples of someone else not
I'm
not
saying.
doing
Why
some
is
another imagined scenario?
No. Everybody everybody else is all acting one particular way, right? Why are they all acting one particular way?
Because they're having fun.
And there's only one way
Because
to do
most
that?
people are only motivated by what's socially acceptable and cool because they're pussies who are scared to not fit in.
Yes, exactly.
So all of a sudden, you two are mind readers who can tell what motivates everybody else.
No, I can't tell, but I can use my deduction to figure out the best possible conclusion.
Okay.
It might not be 100% true, but it's very likely to be true.
Well,
And if it's not, tell me why not. But you don't have a reason why not.
I have multiple reasons why not, but that's not what I'm
Here's
more
the thing.
interested in your thought process.
But here's the thing.
Right now.
I'm giving you my reasons, and all you're doing is saying why my reasons don't make sense. You're not giving me your own reasons. So that's not helpful.
What I shouldn't have to give reasons. I'm just you made the post about it,
Right.
and I'm commenting on your post that you made.
But
it
you
put
gotta
out there.
have, you don't gotta, but it would be nice if a person that disagreed brought their own perspective instead of just trying to destroy yours.
Okay, my perspective. Try joining in the conversation.
And so you're saying,
or try not joining in the conversation and not complaining about it.
are you gonna listen to what I have to say for real?
So you asked me to give my thoughts, and then as soon as I give my thoughts, you're like, "Oh wait, you're not even gonna listen to what I have to say."
No,
for
I'm just.
real."
Okay, fine.
Is that not what just happened?
Not really. What I'm saying, I'm gonna be calm. I don't want to waste my energy. What I'm saying is, I don't even remember now.
Okay.
No, it's important though. I'm gonna try to remember.
It's so.
No, it's important to me personally.
Okay, well, it's not important to keeping the show moving. This isn't the sit and watch Dennis trying to remember what he was going to say, Howard.
I remember what I was gonna say now.
Okay then.
So,
Dennis, you think too much. You just smoke a cigarette and ask him about Sonic, and you'll make friends that way. I'm telling you.
Dennis, don't
Anyway,
respond.
honestly,
You
I can
can't
see
debate
this.
with people that show themselves to be disingenuous and intellectually dishonest from the start.
Yep. That's what's happening now a little bit. You know, it's crazy how everything I post is always somehow relevant into the future.
Because we're talking about your posts.
Okay. But I'm just saying it applies to all these scenarios. Anyway, no, so here's the thing. You said try talking to them. So do you think if I talked to them in a normal level, I didn't try overly hard to be like boisterous, you think they would have listened?
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's what we're trying to. So if you think that, say that, because I didn't think that was true.
Okay, well.
So you think that it would, so I wouldn't have to be all over the top.
Yeah.
All right, that's a fair point. I didn't think so.
Okay.
But I felt like that wasn't the case because everybody else was acting over the top.
Okay, well.
Does
So
that make
you have
sense?
to act exactly like everyone else? Is
No,
that
I
what
don't
you're
want to
saying?
act like everybody else.
So then don't.
Man, you're not. Do
No,
you see my perspective at all? Because if you don't, then there's no way to argue about it. Because if you're not even going to try to see my perspective, then what am I talking about?
I see your perspective. I don't agree with it. I think it's a
Do you
low IQ
understand it?
perspective.
Do you
to
understand
be
the
honest.
perspective?
Sure.
Spit it back to me.
You think that because other people are acting a certain way that you will be shunned for not acting that
That's
way?
right. Okay, you do understand it. Now, whether you think that's true or not, that's an understandable feeling to have in a situation, is it not?
Maybe. Yes. Fine. I'll give you yes. It's an understandable.
So I'm not
perspective.
fucking crazy for feeling like that.
I never said that you were crazy.
Whatever word.
I
you
never
wanna
said
use.
that you were crazy.
Oh,
I'm not gonna pretend. I feel like you're crazy for posting this.
That's a better point to say.
That is the point that I was making. So now you're arguing with the point that I
Because
did not make.
if I feel that way,
And
honestly,
also complaining about me arguing with points that you're not making.
yes.
Okay. You see why I think that would be crazy.
Oh my God! All right.
We've got another caller on the line. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Is this the same guy from before?
I don't know. I don't keep track.
It was a rhetorical.
I don't
it was a
know.
rhetorical
Okay,
question.
that's fine. Hello.
This fucking guy.
Hello,
All right, hello. Who is this?
Manny and Dennis.
What's
This
up?
is your last call.
So Combs.
I knew it. See, I knew it.
Cool.
Right. Yo, Dennis, I feel everything you're saying, but it just sounds like you like making up shit in your own head and then getting like sad about it.
Why are you just repeating what he said?
Holly's just been repeating what you said, and you didn't have a problem with that.
All right, true. I don't know,
Yeah.
Combs. I don't have any answer to that because I already said my answer to that earlier. So
My bad, bro. I was in the kitchen. My fault.
that's all right. I mean, I don't have okay. Manny, what do you? Okay, so I think we discussed that status to a high degree.
I do think we did.
Fine, it took us so long to get to the point. Another guy. I mean, thank you for calling. This is overwhelming. No, thank you for calling.
I love this podcast.
I love it, but this particular one, I'm getting frustrated. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, let's welcome in our next caller.
Who was it?
Please don't read people.
It's an area code. Everybody's in the,
Please don't read. I'm not saying. Just alright.
I can't read an area code. There's thousands of people in that area.
Please don't.
Fine.
You having a breakdown right now, big bro?
Huh? Who is this? I'm sorry.
Said you having a breakdown?
No, I'm not. That was earlier this week, and it was on my Facebook. I'm better now.
I got you, bro. We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it together.
Thanks. Who's the new caller, sir or ma'am?
Yeah, do you want to?
Hey man, hey, this is Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Nick, who?
This is Nick. Nick Flint. I'm another
Oh,
comedian.
Yeah, I think I see.
What's up, man?
I saw you on Monday, I think, right?
Probably. Yeah, that sounds right.
At the John. At John, right?
Yeah, I was at the John this Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know your name because I'm friends with you on Facebook. I forgot how you looked, so I first didn't notice that was you. But then I realized after I was leaving who you were.
Dennis, I'm not attacking.
Oh, yeah.
But I would like you to please stop banging the water bottle on the table.
I'd like you to stop banging fucking hoes. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's Propel, Manny. It's not a water bottle.
It's a Propel.
Okay.
All right.
The propel. Okay. I stand corrected.
Anyway, Nick, thank you for calling. I like your respectful tone. Please, what did you want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say with us? Yeah.
No, yeah. I just want to say I totally get what you mean about like you do things one way, it just kind of feels like you get shunned. Like I wear a lot of bugles on my fingers before I eat them, and all my coworkers, all my coworkers get really annoyed with me. I mean, I like to type with them too, so makes me feel like a witch.
How does that make you feel, Nick?
Makes me feel a little sad. Like the joy of Halloween isn't with them, you know? Am I the only one dressing up every day for the countdown? I mean, come on. Thought we were adults. We could do what we want.
I mean, if you want to engage in that kind of unhealthy behavior, that's your business.
I try to engage in whatever unhealthy behavior.
I don't think wearing potato chips on your fingers before you eat them. It's unhealthy behavior. You know, I'm with you, Nick. Glorify that as much as you want. I think the world needs more of that.
Let me ask you guys a question, all of you. Do you love me?
Fuck no.
I don't know if I can answer that. I don't think we even kissed yet. So,
Do we love you?
Yeah.
I mean, I still stand by most of what I said, but you know, the way I expressed it might have been too aggressive.
We've been a little gay here.
No, I meant like as a person, but it's okay. I love Steve as a person. So.
That's gay.
Alright, so Steve.
That's gay. I don't even love myself. You couldn't.
Alright, whatever.
You don't smoke. I'll love you if you start smoking. I want you to start smoking cigarettes so bad. It would mean so much to me if you became a smoker. I will love you if you smoke. Do it for me.
counterpoint, put the bugles on your fingers, and we can have our own thing going on.
Do you wash your hands before you do that?
Yeah, and usually I offer them to other people. You know, I'm like, you can have the ring finger, and
Alright, you know,
and every time they're like,
I think that's fucking disgusting. I think you're gross. I think you're a gross person, and you make me sick. That's really awful.
Just
Don't
ignore
fucking-
Steve.
man, I don't think I want to.
That is not how you eat snacks. That's not.
No,
If you're not going to eat it the right way, then don't eat.
You're saying that.
Eat
You're saying that like bugles. You're saying that like
What the
bugles weren't
fuck?
made for that. Jonathan Bugle, when he made them, was like everyone can be a witch, and we fucking
No.
got there. Oh, I guess.
Goddamn, well, that's not why he fucking made those stacks.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Degenerate.
are we gonna really...
No, I bet you'd bite into the side of one of those bubblegum tapes,
There's
like a
supposed to be
psycho.
like a bugle
Wow.
horn. A
No.
bugle horn is what they're looking like, and you don't put that on your fingers.
You're just making stuff up now.
But people listening are gonna be confused, because they're louder than us.
Okay.
Alright, are we done with the thing?
Wait.
Everybody?
Look, I'm up in line at the methadone clinic. I'll have to call y'all back. Thanks.
Who's this?
Yes, please leave. You're disgusting.
Nick, before you go, do you have
left
anything
already.
that
He
you want to
left
plug?
He left.
Oh,
Good.
alright, yeah.
Thank
Callers,
God.
Derailed it even more. I appreciate him calling, but Jesus Christ.
Callers, remember to promote yourself.
Who was that
before you
free?
leave.
Alright, moving on.
Dennis, new rule. If at any point you want me to hang up on someone, let me know.
Alright.
We'll make that happen. So
I want them to know that they're about to get hung up on.
let them know, and then we'll
No
make it
offense,
happen.
Nick. It was just I didn't want to talk about bugles anymore. I'm sorry. Maybe if you called earlier.
Can we block his number?
I want to move on. What?
Yeah, block his number.
I'll tell your number on air if you don't simmer down.
Please don't.
I won't. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. And it's not even that big a deal, but I won't do it. It's all online, by the way. If you go to truepeoplesearch.com, I do this all the time. I search every comedian I know. I find where they live, where they used to live, when they were born. I have it. Really, I do. Some of them have names that there's like a lot of people with that name, so it's hard to find. But people with more unique names are very easy to find. And I see where they live. I look at their house on Google Images, Google Street View. I see when they were born. I see if they look like their age or if they look older or younger. That's why I do this when I'm bored. So, and your phone number's there too. So
Oh shit. That is some stalker shit right there.
no, because I don't go and follow them.
I
just
mean,
look it
it's
up. I'm
fine.
curious. The information's out there publicly. Like anybody can look at it. Like you're willingly putting it out there. Maybe you don't know you are, but that's just what it is. I couldn't find Steve Kane. It's a common name, but.
Yeah. So this podcast is we've talked about eating snacks the wrong way, suicide, loving men, and now stalking people. This has gotten ridiculous.
Well, I honestly, my goal is to find out where you live, Steve. Because I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
I live on 90 Heights Drive, New Jersey. I don't care. I don't know. Yeah,
He's fine.
come find me.
Care, let alone his phone number. But I won't say it. What about social security?
609-364-4477.
Holy
Jesus.
shit. You know, that's amazing that you did that. I love that. Full transparency. I like that. Manny took a poop in my house and didn't tell me. That's not full transparency.
I can't poop.
No, No, you can poop, but just tell me about it. Do it, but just tell me. That's all. No, I like to know that my house is warm and welcoming enough that people can poop in it when they're guests. But he knows now. He understands the error of his ways.
I'm actually back to being confused. Do I have to tell you before every time I poop in the house?
No, afterward.
That's even crazier.
No, beforehand, that's like you're asking permission, and I don't feel comfortable with that because you don't need to ask my permission.
So I just need to let you know that I pooped.
Yeah, that's all. Common courtesy. But anyway.
Do I have to tell you anytime I fart in the house? Because I do like to do that sneakily.
You've done this in the fucking house? Are you fucking kidding me?
Have I farted in your house? I can't keep track. I fart a lot.
That pisses me off a little bit, but it's okay. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's going to piss me off. Alright. Next thing.
We're going to move on to the next status. But
we're never going to get through them at this rate. Let's just do like 2 more maybe, or something. 2 of the best ones or something.
Oh, jeez. I don't remember them specifically enough. I'm just going through chronologically. It's fine. Alright.
Also, I want everybody listening, who's listening now, who's going to listen, if Manny says something, that doesn't mean I agree with it. Just, I want that to be clear.
Yes, it does.
And if I say something, doesn't mean he agrees with it. I don't want people to automatically assume that. Oh, this is a good one. This is a very good one, actually.
Okay, let's do this one.
Why don't you read it out, huh?
Because I can't read. My vision sucks.
Fuck. But you... Great, how convenient. Alright. Alright, you really want me to read this? I'll read it.
Yes, I do.
Alright, no interruptions, please.
No promises.
Not you, them. Alright. A lot of people...
What?
This is important.
What?
Okay, a lot of people disagree with me on certain opinions I have and observations I make and things I talk about. But most of the things I've been bringing up since way back in the day when I was a teenager that people would give me flack for, now they're widely accepted as true and considered insightful and quote-unquote progressive. Do you know what I was ranting about back in 2010 to 2012? Police brutality, which I had done my own research on after hearing about it through... This sounds stupid, but this is true. After hearing about it through various sources like NWA and Tupac, almost nobody in my predominantly white suburban high school was on my side.
Question.
Yeah.
I need to interrupt with a question right now. What years were NWA and Tupac rapping about?
In the 80s and 90s. What's your point? The people around me weren't paying attention.
So you were talking about this in 2010.
Yeah, but the people...
And you're progressive, forward thinker.
You fucking listen to me. The people I was around weren't really aware of it or believing it. I understand it was talked about a long time before that, but I'm talking about the people around me at the time.
My thing is, like, you seem to want credit for being, like, the first person to think of these
No, I
ideas.
didn't say that. You're really being disingenuous and intellectually dishonest right now. I told you. I'm talking about the...
Alright, keep reading the post.
Then a few years later, I see most of those same people posting in line about the same shit they mocked me for, and now all of a sudden they're all quote-unquote woke and progressive when it's popular to be, when nothing is at stake socially, because you know you'll get tons of support for expressing these views.
So interrupting you.
Sure.
Because I'm gonna forget.
Please, go ahead.
So you're upset that the correct ideas, you thought of them, and now other people are thinking of them.
Yeah.
And now it's cool to believe what you've always believed. So...
Well, not just that, but the fact that it was ridiculed, that I was ridiculed for it, but now they believe the same shit. So what about if they had open minds when I was saying it, and tried to think about it independently, instead of doing it when it's popular?
Are you more happy that they've
I am
around
happy.
Are you more happy that they've come around to your way of thinking, or more upset that they used to ridicule you?
I'm more happy that they came around, because ultimately that's the best thing.
This does not look like a happy status.
You know, you have this marvelous quality where you talk about shit and you sound very smart, but you only say part of the fucking information, and then you act like you're smarter because you say it very definitively.
I'm not acting like I'm smarter. I'm just saying.
In all seriousness, Benny has a good point on this one.
What? So sorry, what? Steve, what?
In all seriousness, man, he makes a good point on this one. To be honest with you.
No, I disagree. Manny needs to give you a bit of grace when you see things now that are controversial, because historically the things that you say are controversial end up being correct.
Exactly. See, man, that's my point. My point isn't that I'm. My point isn't that. Oh, I can't touch the mouse. But my point isn't that I'm like, fuck you for believing this now. I wish you never believed it. My point is for the future. Is that because that's a pattern that happened in the past. When I say things now, look at my track record and maybe give me some fucking grace, like she said, and give me some the benefit of the doubt. That's the point. The point isn't you shouldn't believe it now because you ridiculed from before. I'm happy people came around to shit now. I'm genuinely happy about it. And it's not even about wanting credit for what I said in the past. It's about now when I have shit to say that's in the same category of controversial or whatever. Just give me some fucking credit, not credit. Give me some grace and take it and actually think about it, because if you look at the past, I've been right so many times that maybe I'm right now. I'm not saying I am right, but at least fucking think about it for yourself and think about the fact that I might be right and give it a genuine shot. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Nostradamus.
Does that make sense what I said? In all seriousness, how is that?
No.
No, man, you really don't think what I said makes sense?
No, that makes sense.
Thank you.
I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense.
Thank you. So give me some fucking credit, maybe.
So you want credit?
Yes, give me an example of something politically that you've been wrong about. So.
But there's separate issues, though. It's not the same.
I'm talking about when I'm arguing and I have a point, and if I'm right, acknowledge I'm right. Otherwise, it's like, why am I even going to explain myself? I'm never going to be fairly acknowledged.
I don't see what.
But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh wait, are you talking?
Steve is incorrect,
Right now.
but
Right
you
now.
know
Yes.
he's a good guy. And he just likes being a smartass, and he doesn't take barely anything seriously.
That's Steve.
Dennis, why do you want to? Dennis, can I ask a question?
Is it going to be a genuine question?
You can ask your question.
Real shit, yeah. Why you gonna praise so bad? Like, why you gonna be praised like a bitch?
Probably because I'm insecure. I mean, that's a genuine answer,
I
I
know.
guess. What?
No, I get it. I was just curious. I said I get it.
But it's not just praise. It's more so I want to be acknowledged for this. Like, if I do something bad, call me out on that too. I'm not like you. All you have to do is praise me all day. But if I am not right, but if I bring up a good point or whatever, if I do something positive, I want to get the credit for that, because I believe in giving people credit, like, for things, whether good or bad. Like, I call people out for things I don't like, but I also am not hesitant to compliment people for things that I do like about them. So I think people in general should just be honest with each other in both ways.
So Dennis, Nostradamus.
Yeah?
What opinions now do you think are going to be all the future 14 years?
Okay, this is already starting to become one, but I'll go ahead.
This? What do you mean by this?
No, just something I'm about to say. It's
Okay.
already... So, alcohol consumption.
Yeah.
The casual culture we have in America, where people like people drink excessively, they don't think it's a big deal. Like, oh, I had a bad day at work, I'm gonna have a couple drinks. It's bad. It's bad for you. The normalization of drinking alcohol to shift your mood if you're in a bad mood, using it as self-medicate. People think that's normal to an extent. Like, people, like, in any kind of job, where, oh, I had a rough day, I'm gonna have a couple drinks. Like, you relying on it for that purpose is bad for you, and you're not learning proper coping skills to deal with the real issues, and it's physically bad for you. And
Our entire job as stand-up comedians is to sell alcohol. That is our job. That is what we do. That's the only reason why we get booked on shows, is for people to come out and buy their alcohol.
I don't care. I'll talk about it, even if it's somehow detrimental to me. I don't care. If I think it's true, I'm going to talk about it.
You know what? I'm going to give credit where it's due. That's righteous, man.
Thank you.
Doesn't care.
And yeah, and the other thing is, I think now that weed's becoming legal, people think people don't have any concept of how much is too much. People smoke weed all day and they think it's fucking normal because it's not a hard drug. And I think a lot of people are mentally relying on weed and don't want to admit it. They don't think they're addicted because they're not physically addicted. I think that's wrong. I think it's not as bad as the other stuff, of course. It's not going to kill you or anything. but it does prevent you from operating at the potential that you could be operating on as a person. It numbs your emotions. It numbs your motivation, and a lot of people, that's all they fucking that are really like into weed constantly. That's all they fucking talk about, and they don't realize that how fixated their brain is on getting it or smoking it, who has it, who got, and they act like it makes them fucking interesting when everybody fucking does the same thing. And frankly, it doesn't really make you interesting. It makes you act stupid.
So, in your opinion, right now, people smoking weed today, and police brutality in the 90s or police brutality in the 2010s? I'm not
Forever,
sure.
since forever. I don't know.
So police brutality in the 90s and in the 2010s and today are the exact same.
No, I didn't say that. That's a disingenuous argument.
Okay, so
It's an example of something I believe that I think in the future is going to be looked at. I didn't say they're on the same level of importance. I just said they're another example of something that's going to be seen a certain way. I didn't say that it was like equally significant.
okay, but you seem very passionate about
Because you asked me about a question, I thought of it, and I am passionate about it.
Okay, so you seem very passionate about claiming credit for being correct about police brutality in one of these decades to be determined. I don't really care. And you're equally passionate about
Yes, in different ways. I'm not saying they're equally important in society, but I guess I'm not as passionate about this as I am about the police thing. But because you asked me about it, what the fuck? They hung up? We had 2 seconds to answer them. Wait a second.
Let them head go.
Alright, sorry. I guess it's okay. Cause anyway. Yeah, but that's one thing. I mean, what else?
I'm also not sure that those were you call it. There might have been people on the line hanging up.
Oh.
I mean, drugs and drinking doesn't
right
make
now.
someone automatically a bad person, but what bothers me more is people glorifying it and talking about it nonstop, obnoxiously, and acting like it makes them cool or interesting.
100%.
What
I
does
love
make
everything you
you
said,
cool and
so true.
interesting?
What makes who?
It makes you cool and interesting. My problem with marijuana is that it's a baby drug. It's for high school kids. If you're going to do drugs, do grown-up drugs, you know? Cocaine, meth, heroin, those are adult drugs. Weed is for teenagers.
Do that.
Well, I have a question. Where do I go if I want to just genuinely, like, promote my opinions and beliefs and just have it be taken seriously? Do I need to become a preacher?
I mean, it might help.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that a church would take you seriously.
I wouldn't take you either. But
They wouldn't take me, or they wouldn't take me seriously.
Serious. Well, some might not take you at all, but
that's two different
I meant
things.
seriously.
I don't want to be taken
I'm joking.
seriously.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be an actual preacher, but I do feel like I do want to.
I mean, you just gotta find people who share similar values to you because they see what you write and are like, yeah, I agree, and those are your people.
Wait, did I really say that, or is that, is that something you're saying genuinely, or is that something else I wrote? I can't remember.
You just gotta filter out the people you want to associate with from those that you don't.
I agree with that. I still don't know if that's something I wrote myself, but I agree with it.
You don't believe that Holly can...
Why do you think that you wrote that?
You think that she can only empower your opinions?
No,
that's more misogynist.
A woman can't have her own opinion?
Forget
A woman can't have her own opinion?
Just because she's a woman, she's allowed to have her own opinions that aren't things that
There's
she
a
wrote
bunch
before.
of, I would say...
You know what? We didn't even finish reading this post.
I said so, but she kind of said it herself. But anyway, all I said is, so even though I get frustrated and upset when I catch flack from people these days for... No, I said all this before. Yeah, just what I'm saying is, take into consideration that I've been right so many times before, and maybe I'm right now. Not saying I am for sure, but at least conceptualize that maybe I am, because I do have a track record.
What do you think it is about you that makes you so right all the time?
Nothing... Well, you want a genuine answer?
Yes.
I don't think I'm right all the time, but I think what it is that I am very...
You know what I think it is?
What?
I think it's that you listen to Tupac.
See, I knew you were gonna be a smart ass. I asked you if it was a genuine question. I'm trying to give you a genuine answer.
I think that's a genuine answer.
My
I feel
genuine
like
answer.
Tupac was a smart person.
He was.
And you stole all of his ideas.
My genuine.
And now you're trying to be.
No.
Now you're trying to be 2024
Listen
Tupac. I think you're like Ja Rule was in the early 2000s.
My genuine answer is that I'm generally unaffected by public opinion. I grew up. I was an only child. I never really fit into one particular group as a kid. I floated around. I was always kind of my own. Like, I knew a lot of people, but I was always kind of my own person. I didn't have one stable group for a long time, and I got used to just thinking on my own. I don't, whatever is socially popular or accepted, that's not my main consideration for what I think about stuff. And I just look at everything. I try to look at everything as independently as I can, and I don't really place a lot of value on what people do or believe as a trend, because I don't think that just because a lot of people believe something makes it right. And I'm probably more rational than most people. Like, if you bring up a point, I will consider it for what that point is, regardless of if it's not something that my family believes in or my community, or if it, people frown upon it. I'll try to consider it completely in and of itself. Is it true? Is it not true? And if it's true, even if I don't like it or I don't like the person saying it, I can acknowledge that. And I'm more fair like that. And I'm not. It's not because I'm smarter. It's because I'm more unbiased. I mean, I have my biases, but I can put them aside to really see what's true and what's not true. So I can put to summarize, I can put my biases aside more. I'm not as affected by popular opinion, and I see hypocrisy. I very quickly notice hypocrisy, and when I see that people are being hypocritical about something, that's a very strong indication it might be wrong. So if I see that, I look into it more and try to analyze it and figure it out. That's a genuine answer. I know comedians, some of them, a lot of them are incapable of taking anything genuinely. Okay, but this is the other thing. Some comedians, everything's a fucking joke. So just because you tell jokes on stage doesn't mean everything in your life is a joke. If you're a rapper, does that mean in your everyday life all you do is rap? You don't talk, you just rap? You know what I mean? If you're a fucking novelist, does that mean that in your everyday life everything is a story but for some reason comedians, everything got to be a fucking joke. If I'm joking, I'm joking. But if I'm being serious, I'm being serious. And there's a fucking point to it too. That's it.
You can never tell when you're joking or when you're serious.
It's a fucking true thing. And people don't want to admit it because they're too fucking... They're afraid of taking things seriously because that's their defense mechanism, is to make everything a fucking joke. Because if they don't, then they'll feel where their real feel. They'll feel upset, angry, whatever, and they don't want to fucking do this. They deflect it all. I know no one's going to agree with me. But it's one of those things that years later, maybe you will. And that's something...
You just got to find the people...
Yeah, I do.
You got to find the people who are more like you within the scene, the outliers, I guess, and associate with them instead.
So,
yes.
2038, everybody's going to agree.
Not everybody, but a lot of more people.
Comedians should stop telling jokes.
Is that what I said? I didn't say that. I said they shouldn't take everything for a joke.
You called me. I was being disingenuous. You got me. I can't speak for mine.
That's why. By the way, this is a big reason so many, not you specifically on the call or Manny, but so many of you people, not racially, just like in the scene, whatever you want to call it, are so fucking depressed and not getting better. It's because you take everything. Your therapist tells you some shit and you make a joke out of it just so you're going to make a joke out of what I say. So of course, if you don't take it seriously and try to apply it to your life, you're going to remain in the same predicament that you're in. Because you don't fucking believe that you can change. You don't even try to. It's all a big fucking nothing to you. You're nihilistic about everything. So of course you're going to feel like shit.
Alright. Do you want to move on to the next post?
Yeah. Not this one, though. This one.
I want to do this one.
Fine. When people say your posts are too long, I already kind of said, what they're saying is, I can't read and comprehend more than 2 sentences at a time, so I'll make fun of you instead for actually caring about things enough to write about them. And since I've long ago numbed myself to actually having strong feelings and opinions, I feel the urge to make fun of those who haven't, so that I don't have to face myself and admit that my whole approach to life has been a lie. And I agree with that. It's a harsh thing to say, but I mean, yeah, I do. No, I'm not saying everybody who doesn't want to read a long time is that, but that is a trend for a lot of people, though. That is an underlying reason, not the only one, but one of them for a lot of people.
Alright, well, I agree with this too. Because, and honestly, that's part of why I wanted to do this podcast with you. Because I see you posting on Facebook, and I'm like, no one's gonna want to read this, but they will want to hear you talk about
Yeah,
it.
this sounds like a backhanded compliment, but thank you, I guess.
I don't know why it sounds like a.
You said no one's gonna want to read it. I don't think that's true. I think people do say stuff to it, and so they do read it.
It's a post about how nobody wants to read your posts.
I didn't say nobody. I said people.
I read his post.
Fine, thank you. Yeah, the people do read. Here's the thing. Here's the other thing. This is kind of something I've been thinking about. I only see who comments and likes it. I can't see who actually saw it and read it and just didn't do anything to it. When you're like a business page on Facebook or a brand, or you can see who's seen it. When you're an individual, you can't see that. So cause I want to see who's been seeing it. Because a lot of people will be reading it and they just don't say anything. I'm curious who they are, but I can't figure that out with my own personal page.
Does that make it any less meaningful or impactful?
Well, it makes it less impactful, right? If it doesn't impact as many people. It's still meaningful. It's meaningful, but I don't. It's just
For the people who it does impact.
Oh no! Those individuals, it impacts. I'm happy for that. I mean, I'd like the more impact, the better. But I am genuinely grateful for everybody who does read it and does care about it.
If you had a device where everybody had to listen to anything that you said or wrote, like everybody had to read anything that you wrote. Say it was like a new program got instituted worldwide where people woke up and the first thing they had to do before getting out of bed was read a Dennis post.
Yeah.
You'd be pro that.
Yes, but they have to read the whole thing. They can't cancel out until they read the whole thing.
Of course.
They got to take a quiz after and make sure they understood it properly.
Of course.
I would love that, yeah.
What if someone genuinely tried to understand it, but the way that you wrote it was confusing to
That's
them,
fine. If they
or
genuinely...
or they were just like too low intellect to get it completely.
I mean, that's a real risk, and I would say in that case, if they genuinely did their best, that's all I could ask for.
But
they gotta do their best.
But what happens if they fail the test?
Forget the test then. But okay, fine. You're right. That's true. That wouldn't make sense. But I would want them to genuinely try their best to get it. If they still don't get it, fine. But try to at least.
If you could start a religion based on your beliefs and the words that you say, would you?
Well, I don't. Well, the thing is, what I've been saying, there's no element of spirituality to it, so I don't know if religion would qualify, because I'm not talking about God or anything like that.
If you could have a crowd of devotees.
No, I wouldn't start a cult.
Who went through your Facebook post and said, "This is the word of Dennis."
No, because I don't think I'm infallible. Here's the thing. I'm not saying people need to agree with me on everything or at all. All I want is to be given a fair shot. So read it and do your best to understand it. If you genuinely disagree and you actually want to address what I said, I'm more than willing to hear it, because, okay, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I want it to be a genuine, thoughtful reply. So people that run stuff like what you're saying, like a cult, people can't disagree with them. No, anybody can disagree with me. I just want people, all I want is people to take it seriously. They don't have to agree with it, but they have to genuinely do their best to understand it. And if they want to criticize it, then bring up stuff that I actually wrote that shows that they understood what I wrote, and they're not just shit talking or mocking. So no, I wouldn't do that. But a lot of famous people, even podcasters, do have a crowd that they do influence in that way. That though people don't agree with everything the podcaster says, but there are people that really value what they have to say and see them as someone that's got like a social commentator. I would like to be a social. That's part of the reason I started comedy. It's because I like being silly, obviously, but I like doing social commentary, and I've always been making social commentary since I was a kid. Since I was in high school. And by the way, I was known for that in high school. I took public speaking class, and that's kind of what I did in public speaking class. I have video from my public speaking class we could look at some point. But anyway, yeah.
Before we wrap this up, I have a final question.
And by the way, let me just shout out. Cam Kaluni commenting, beautiful. He actually wrote some meaningful shit. Other guy commenting, Jay Burrell, he commented, beautiful, great answer. Really actually made me think. Mike Bigford. I took a comedy class with him, commenting real shit. So I genuinely appreciate everybody. See, I genuinely appreciate everybody that comments real shit, whether they agree or not. If they took it seriously, they saw that I fucking was passionate about it, and they gave me that. They gave me that respect and credit. I love you and thank you seriously.
All right. But before we wrap
You
up,
took a comedy class?
Yeah, before I started, I took Helium 101 with Chip. I know you don't believe in it, bro.
Did you
But
Did you pass?
no, I failed. They said I was I said I was ripping off this local comedian Steve Kane, and they fired me for plagiarism. So.
don't let me forget at the end of the podcast I have a final question for you.
All right. Can I pee real quick?
Okay.
Fuck. You don't think you could go? Keep it going?
I'll try my best to keep it going.
I have faith in you.
Okay. Alright. Callers,
This has been a weird episode.
This has been exactly what I wanted the show to be when I came to Dennis with the idea that we should do a podcast together. I'm glad that you guys...
Take a pee break, Dennis. We'll wait.
You guys are on a crazy ledge, which I'm...
We should really wait for Dennis.
Well, I just want to know...
Can you please just do dead air?
I want to know what you guys think of this episode so far. Or the podcast so far. How much have you listened?
I don't want to talk without Dennis here. We just be quiet for a couple minutes, just get some dead air, and just wait for him to come back.
Steve,
It makes me so uncomfortable.
Steve, I appreciate that you don't want to let Dennis out, but I want to leave Dennis out, but I also can't let you derail the podcast that completely.
The audience can wait too, okay? Like if you have enough patience to read along fast, you can wait a couple minutes for someone to come back. It's just rude.
All right, well, Steve, this is not related to Dennis at all. Your gay pride bit. I hear that when you did it in Jersey, Marcos was the guy that you singled out. You know Marcos well?
Did I single him out?
That's what I heard through the grapevine. People were complaining to me about the podcast because I said that I liked you and I liked your gay pride bit, and they were like, "You made Marcos feel really bad about it." So I just wanted to know if you even knew.
I love Marcos. Me and Marcos are friends. Who said that? Who said that?
I'm not going to divulge my sources, but you and Marcos are friends, and you like Marcos, and that's on record.
Yeah, he loves me. You're trying to start drama. You're trying to start some drama. Give me name.
Or straight porn, and not gay, but when you played porn and made Marcos watch it?
Yes.
I think everybody watched it.
What?
Yeah. Well, Steve accused me of trying to start drama.
Oh.
I have no idea why anyone would get
Can I just give a message to everybody?
Go for it.
I have apologized to Marcos. We're friends. I want to know who we were talking
No,
about.
I was, but I was telling joke was covering me.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I know I came across very heated today, very maybe angry at times. Here's the thing. I'm not always angry. Like earlier, I was picking Manny up. I won't say from where, because I can't give any info. But anyway, I was picking Manny up, and I was so goofy in the car. Like, most of the time I'm goofing around, I'm having fun, I'm silly and all that kind of stuff. It's just certain things I am legitimately passionate about, and if we start to talk about them, especially if I feel like I'm not being heard, I do get defensive and maybe angry about it to some extent, or at least passionate. But I'm not like this most of the fucking day. I'm really not. This is just when it comes to certain topics. And if these things don't prompt me, I'm usually pretty jovial. It's a big word, high IQ. But I'm pretty jovial and pretty like goofy and silly and fun and nice. I even helped 2 African Americans in the library, old elder ones with their computer stuff. So I'm doing stuff for the community, black community. No, but in all seriousness, I'm saying like I'm not this fucking angry like hostile about everything. This is just certain things that set me off. I just want everybody to know that.
I can co-sign that.
Thank you, man, because he knows me when we're outside of just recording, and he knows that. So I just want everybody to know that, and I welcome any new people that want to talk to me. If I talk to you and I see we can't really get along, then that's that. But I'm willing to give anybody pretty much a shot, and I care about people. That's why I get so passionate and angry, is because I care about people. When I see people doing things that are destroying them or destroying their community or the community or whatever, I get upset because I care about people. I don't want them to be destroyed. I want people to live their best life. That's why I get so angry. That's where it comes from. It comes from me giving a shit and caring. Sorry about the fucking banging, but you guys heard what I said. That's what Manny says when he's done having sex. Sorry about the banging. Anyway.
I don't understand that joke. It doesn't seem to make sense. That's what I say when I'm not having sex.
When you're done having sex.
When I'm done.
You apologize for the banging. It wasn't because you're like, oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, I apologize that I banged. That I was banging. Like, I'm sorry I was in it so hard and deep.
No, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like this podcast and showing people the passion behind the post that you made and how you feel about it, and being able to argue and defend it with ingenuous and disingenuous arguments, it's going to be good for your image.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you for helping me with this opportunity. Because Manny does a lot of the technical stuff that I wouldn't have really understood. So thank you. I appreciate you joining with me on this. I hope you get something out of it too. And I really do appreciate that. I appreciate the callers. A couple of them irritated me, but I appreciate that at least they care enough to call. So thank you. And Holly and Steve, I appreciate you guys forever. Not forever. I mean, you could do something that would make me not appreciate you. But for now, I appreciate you. So thank you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Also, do you guys want to promote anything before we get to the next post? I want to make sure that...
You want to keep going? All right.
Yeah, I want to make sure that...
All right, fine, let's go.
I want to make sure that the callers get a chance to plug their stuff since they're helping, make this show happen.
All right. I'm not allowed to eat, I say?
You're allowed to, but I'd still, like...
I'll hold the mic here.
Eating on mic is an...
I'm getting hungry. We've been here an hour 40.
Okay, fine. Let's see if we can get to one more post.
Well, this is me just talking about the suicide. This is just a concert, so it's not very controversial.
Okay, well, alright, fine. You went and saw the Suicide Boys and Denzel Curry.
Yeah, it was a great concert, so it was interesting because it was a rap show, but it was mostly like sort of an emo-y type of people. But they weren't like the kind of emo that you'd see at like emo rock thing in like the 2000s. They were like, they had like the rowdiness and edge of like rap fans. They had the rowdiness and edge of rap fans, but they had, they like a lot of like the dark makeup, even some of the boys. Okay. No, that's fine if they want to do that. But they did that. Oh my God, a lot of very scantily dressed women.
Nice.
You know that meme about the big titty goth girl?
Yeah.
That was like every girl there.
Nice.
You like that, Manny?
I like big tits.
Oh no, but not just that. The whole image, like the alternative gothy image.
I like big tits.
All right. Well,
I mean, there's more to a.
And it was fun and great show. At one point, the Scrim from Suicide Boys, he went on this really heartfelt speech about getting the help you need and how now they're clean and like don't hesitate to get help and promoting this he feels like he's just like all of us and this relates to a stat. I'll just read the status.
No, you don't have to read it.
And he's like everybody else and like he just feels down to earth and he shows everybody love and immediately after that he goes into this random rant about how all his haters, they could suck his dick and they're all short bus special ed, and it was like the abrupt transition. And right after he said he's just like us, I was like, damn, he really is just like me. That sounds very familiar. So that was cool. I use a back pillow in my car for my back. I use one right now in my chair, and they almost didn't let me bring it in, which annoyed me. They're like, "Oh, what are you gonna use this for?" I'm like, "I'm gonna wear it as a fucking hat. It's a pillow. What do you, But they let me in eventually.
I mean, you could have been smuggling drugs or weapons in that pillow.
Yeah, well then open it and look inside. But they made a thing about it. But it's fine. It wasn't their fault. It's their job. I get annoyed though sometimes with these like security people who act like everything is a fucking. They act like everybody's a terrorist. Like, oh, what's that on your... Oh, it's like, why do you assume the worst automatically? But whatever, I get it.
So I have some personal questions about this.
Yeah.
Who'd you go see the show with?
My wife.
Just you and Katie?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I let people know her name? Or,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you've said it before, so
Yeah,
I
it's
assume
fine.
it
Yeah.
was,
Thank you.
but
That's fine.
I don't want to be a hypocrite about personal
I appreciate
information.
it. Yeah.
So it was just you and Katie.
Yes.
Did you run into anyone else that you know there?
No, but the one guy that I know, one guy that commented on my status, he went to my high school. I didn't really know him too well, but he was there too. But I didn't see him there. You don't really know him too well, but he went to my high school.
So last week, I believe, after we recorded, you were playing me some Suicide Boys.
Yeah, Suicide Boys. Yeah.
And some
Ghostman. He wasn't at the concert. I saw him twice though, a number of years ago. He's very interesting. So he blends like rap with like metal, industrial music. I got a drink. I'll put it. Industrial music, metal, rap. That's mostly what he did.
Okay. Did you know that you planned on going to this concert when you showed me all that?
Yeah, I told you about it. Yeah.
I don't remember you telling me.
No, I did, but yeah.
Okay.
And then Denzel was great. Denzel Curry. I'm gonna plug Denzel Curry if he wants to call in. I can promote him. But Denzel Curry's great. He's one of the best current day rappers. A lot of variety. Like like his last album is more like Memphis rap style, homage, like more like just kind of turn up music. Before that, he had a much like a very deep album, like experimental music, and it's about like state of society and racism and his internal stuff and relationship. So he does that a lot. What the fuck?
They got bored talking about music. It's fine.
They could have said bye, but it's alright.
We're wrapping up the podcast.
But yeah, so Denzel was great. The only thing is, he only played his like turn up stuff mostly. I wish he got into some deeper discography, but it was excellent. Suicide Boys did a great show. It was like a lot of like effects like fire and lasers and they had like these big screens where it was like anime-esque shit, which makes sense. I'm not really into it, but it looked cool and it was a great show.
That's fine. You don't need to keep going.
The only thing is, no, never mind. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, I was just gonna say so.
They no, it's
Yeah, that's still Terminator Colors. So you knew that. Where was my invite?
I bought the tickets in June, and I had to get them through a reseller. It was $100. Also, they were $100. I know you don't have $100.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was in the nosebleeds too. Also, I didn't think you'd like them because they're mostly everybody on this tour was white. So
yeah, I was just gonna say like stuff like that. I would have like.
Right,
I may not be a fan of Suicide Boys, but I would have sat through them for a chance to watch Denzel.
Oh, all right. I'll ask you in the future.
And also like not just me, like comics in general. Like there
Oh,
could
why
be
didn't I
other,
ask them?
Yeah, there could be other people.
I don't know why I didn't ask them.
Yeah,
I think it's Katie just said she'd go with me, so I figured. I guess I thought it could only be two at one time. I don't know.
That's fair, but also like I mean you do complain a lot about not connecting with other comics.
Yeah, I guess
I don't want to generalize and put words in your mouth, but I get the sense that you feel not close to other comics.
Well, I do to some now more than before, especially at Gojo. I feel close to a lot of them. Like I don't see them too much outside of it, but and I do see a few outside. But but a lot of other ones I don't feel as much of I do feel more, but you're right what you said. I could have invited them. I felt like no, you're right. I also felt like they would have been like unreliable or be like, oh, I'll get back to you, and then they never, because a lot of them are flaky.
Yeah,
but I could give it a shot.
Yeah, exactly. Give them the chance to say no. They would have appreciated it. They would have liked you more.
I guess I didn't know who would have liked the Suicide Boys that I'm familiar with.
That's fine. Like I said, I don't like him. I would have sat through for a chance to see Denzel Curry. I don't know a lot of Puya, but I like the couple songs that I've heard.
Okay, all right. I'll do that.
And also, it's like, if you see comics in situations that aren't open mics, they might behave differently.
That's a good point, actually.
So, yeah.
That's a very good point. You're right.
All right.
You're right about that.
But let's call this. It's been a long podcast.
That's the longest one, yeah.
You're hungry. It's been chaotic, but I part of the reason that I wanted to do this was I felt like it would be an opportunity for chaos, and I was interested in that.
Thank you.
But before we go, my final question that I didn't want you to let me forget about: how would you say your mic technique has been throughout this episode?
I think it's fine. I think you're exaggerating. I think they can hear
So
you fine.
I've literally seen you do this.
When
I have.
when I'm
Like,
talking?
yes. That's how you've been talking.
It's hard for me to sit still.
That's fine. That's why I would recommend keeping the mic in one place.
Yeah, but then I
you know-
can't lean back, and if I'm not leaned back, I'm not comfortable, and then I'll be even more grumpy.
Well, that's it's.
Alright, fine, I'll try.
Maybe like this podcast is like a job, and on the job,
That's
your
true.
comfort shouldn't be the number one.
But here's the
thing.
thing, even on my real
Professionalism.
job, I am comfort. Like, I lean back all the way. I'm fully comfort dependent,
Okay.
even in my real job.
Well,
Even when I'm having sex.
that's just all I wanted to
Alright,
say.
thank you.
Alright, and Manny and Dennis first the rest of the world. We never officially intro. This has all been the cold open.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
we're gonna play the theme song to get into
Oh,
the real
shit.
part.
Oh,
No, I'm
right.
just.
Alright.
Alright. Good episode.
Love you guys.
Whatever.
Thank
Yeah. Stay healthy. I guess.
Don't
or
do drugs.
Be happy. What he said. Peace out.
Bye.
Let me see.